2 years ago today, my daughter was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes. 3 weeks ago, I made this banana bread. Her blood sugar stayed stable for hours. This is that recipe. Let's bake together. To start off, you want to preheat your oven. If you are closer to sea level, do 350 degrees Fahrenheit or 175 degrees Celsius. If you're like me and you're at a little over 7,000 feet, you will want to do 375 degrees Fahrenheit or 190 degrees Celsius. You're going to want to grease your 9x5 baking dish or pan. I prefer to use butter. That just always works best for me. And I will also be making a second batch with these muffin tins. The girls love the hearts, so I thought, why not? Let's make a double batch. You need to mash up 2 medium ripe bananas, which is about 225 grams. And of course, my eldest decided that she wanted to help me, and she was very determined to succeed in mashing up these bananas. So let's take a moment to admire her tenacity and all of her hard work that she put in and contributed to this banana bread. And this is for one batch of banana bread. I ended up making a whole separate batch for the muffins later. So this is all you need for just one batch. This would fill up your 9x5 bread pan or your muffin tins. She definitely was not willing to give up. She wanted to make sure that these got mashed up by her hands. So I think I will do her the honors of letting most of her footage stay in the video. But you can definitely fast forward to about 3.5 minutes in if you need to. All right, this is the consistency that you're looking for. Pretty much baby food. That's the best way I could describe this. Not super appetizing, but trust me, just trust the process. And first off, we're going to start with your baking soda, which is 1 teaspoon, a 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder, and 1/4 teaspoon salt. And also your seasonings, which happen to be 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg, 1/8 teaspoon of clove, and 1/8 teaspoon of allspice. And of course, the entire recipe will be linked down in the description, and you can just copy and paste that. Then you want to go ahead and just mix it up. Just let all of it meld together. After that, it'll be time to add your monk fruit, which is 1/3 cup or 65 grams, depending on how you measure out your ingredients. And now you'll do your 2 large eggs, and we also added the tablespoon of vanilla extract to our egg bowl. And then your mashed up banana. And I know someone is probably going to come for me in the comments about, you should mix all of your dry ingredients first and mix your wet ingredients separately and then combine them. Yeah, okay, I've done that. I've done it this way, I've done it that way. And in all honesty, for whatever reason, it always turns out the same for me, and it's just as delicious either way. So if it happens to turn out better for you, go for it. But this is what works for us. So, and about this time, my daughter came back to once again help mix. And again, she was determined, but I did have to come in and show her how to scrape the sides and whisk it up so it actually gets a little bit more mixed. And once that is mixed in very well, you want to start adding your 2.5 cups of almond flour, which is 250 grams. And it's easiest if you add it just a little scoop at a time, like this. Of course, normally I just go ahead and dunk it in, but I thought I would show a little mercy to my 8-year-old. Emphasis on little. She really does a good job. She's very helpful. She's very helpful in the kitchen, but she's also very helpful with her sister and has been ever since she was diagnosed. So I honestly can't thank her enough for all the hard work that she does. So when she asked me if she could help when I made this banana bread, I definitely could not tell her no. Not that I would want to. It might be a little more messy baking with kids, but there's definitely a lot more giggles, a lot more fun memories, so it's always worth it. It's about this time I had to step in because she told me her arm was about to fall off, so I went ahead and went in, and she's giving us a thumbs up there. Made sure all of the clumps of monk fruit were smashed out and mixed in well. Then I went ahead and changed the angle just so hopefully you could have a little bit better idea of what the consistency needs to be. It's pretty thick. It's a pretty thick batter, I guess you'd say, or dough, but it's delicious. So once you get that, you will go ahead and put it into your greased or parchment lined baking dish. Please don't forget, greased or parchment lined. You'll thank me later. And after you get it all scooped out, you just kind of want to pat it down and smooth the edges. Make sure it's even so it bakes evenly. And then I just did the same thing to my muffin tins. Scooping it all out as evenly as I could, and then going back in and just mashing it down. Making sure it's all even, it's all uniform. And also it forms to the heart. The more you press it into the edges there, the better the heart shape comes out, I've found. So definitely don't forget that step if you're using shaped muffin molds or anything. And this is how mine came out. You want pretty brown edges, or at least we do. It's not burnt, I promise. It's just the right amount of brown and delicious. And the same goes for your muffins. Be looking for a nice golden crust with more browned edges. And you should definitely wait. You let it cool for at least 15 to 30 minutes. It makes it much easier to cut. However, I couldn't wait, and I had 2 hungry little gremlins circling me, so I was not allowed to wait. But if you do cut it a little sooner, so you can see her pawing at me behind me right there. If you do cut it sooner, you will be gifted with this gorgeous steam and the perfect temperature to add butter. which is exactly what I'm going to go get right now. I truly believe that there are few things in life that can't be solved with a good homemade bread dish slathered in butter. And these were the muffins, how they turned out. And here are the taste testers. Thank you so much for watching my video today. This was the recipe that gave us hope that our type 1 diabetic daughter could eat just about anything, as long as I made it from scratch and it's keto, but hey, I will take it. And before anyone says, well, I'm a type 1 diabetic and I can eat whatever I want, I just bolus for it, I am so happy that that works for you. Unfortunately, that has just never worked for us. Even foods that we'd buy in the store that were 0 carb would still spike her. Every type 1 diabetic is different, and that comes with blessings and curses, but it's hard to come up with a routine and regimen for everyone when everyone is so unique, honestly. So if that works for you, I'm glad, because maybe your life is just a tiny bit easier, and I wish that for everyone that's dealing with this. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you love the banana bread as much as we do, and I hope you come back for future recipes. I do have some more planned. I have filming in the works. I'm editing videos. I have a lot of stuff planned for this channel. So thank you so much for being here for my first launch, for my first video, for my launch. It means the world to me. And I hope to see you again soon. Bye-bye.